If you're doing digital pharmaceutical marketing and have ever thought about using native or content-style ads to drive your brand's message to patients or healthcare pros, this episode is for you.
Welcome to What's on Tap, your prescription for digital health marketing.
Hi, I'm Rafael Cosentino. I'm Vice President of Business Development for Tap Native. If you don't already know, Tap Native is a health and medical-focused platform, and our ads appear on a network of 8,500 websites where patients and healthcare professionals congregate, like drugs.com, helio.com, WebMD, ShareCare, the American Diabetes Association, and so many more. So first, what exactly is native pharmaceutical advertising? Well, unlike traditional banner ads, which we all recognize because of their standard sizes, which are typically displayed in a website's header or the right rail, native ads are designed to blend in and appear inside the editorial content. Patient-targeted ads are contextually targeted, so diabetes-related offers appear within diabetes-related content. Skincare-related offers appear within skincare-related content. We can target keywords including diseases or conditions or drug names to ensure that the ad is reaching in-market patients while they're researching the topic and are most likely in a state of mind to discover new treatments. It's worth noting that contextual targeting is about targeting an article URL, and it has fewer privacy implications than audience targeting, which targets a person's browser. As a marketer, you have to understand user behavior. Think about how you read an article online. You start on top and you scroll down until you're done. Once a reader has finished an article, we call this the moment of next, which is the window of time where the user is freed up to discover something new. That's why native ads are also referred to as content discovery or content recommendation. Content-style ads are scanned and considered far more than banner ads because the brain understands the format and the format appears like content. Content recommendation formats often include individual or multi-slot offers, and heat maps clearly demonstrate that each offer is being scanned and considered. This is the magic of native advertising. These ads are being scanned and considered just like content. Native ads are placed where users are already focused. Since TAP's platform is focused on health and medicine, our ads appear where users are reading about health and medical topics. The ads are positioned where users are most likely to make the next consideration on the page. That moment of next is the ideal time to reach them. This means the ad feels more like helpful recommendation, not an interruption. You'll also notice the ads are not animated and do not move or flash, and that's because health and medicine is different. These ads are engineered to be calm and quiet, like a public library. The header, the static, non-moving creatives, and the health-themed collection is designed to engender trust and credibility. Now let's talk about compliance for both the FTC and the FDA. First, you'll notice our ad unit reads Ads by Tap Native. The FTC requires all ad providers to clearly label paid advertising as such. Some content recommendation platforms do not label their ad units with an ad disclosure and only use terms like around the web or recommended without any other disclosure. This does not satisfy the FTC's requirement for clear and conspicuous, prominent, and unavoidable ad disclosure. Second, which is critical for pharma marketers, is to understand that the FDA recognizes native ad formats as long as they follow proper promotional guidelines. There are 3 types of pharmaceutical ads the FDA recognizes. First, product claim ads, which mention a drug name and the condition it treats, as well as the risks involved. This ad type is the most widely used by pharmaceutical digital marketers, and we see these types of ads all over the web. They are often characterized by their scrolling ISI, or important safety information, which is a requirement. Because product claim ads require scrolling ISI, they are not appropriate for native ad formats, because the scrolling ISI is contrary to content style formats. As such, we don't run product claim ads in our native ad units. Instead, our pharma clients run the 2 other types of pharma ads the FDA recognizes: reminder ads, which name the drug but don't name the condition, or help-seeking ads, which talk about a condition but don't name a drug. We've probably run more native pharmaceutical ad campaigns than any other ad platform and have helped dozens of pharma clients and agencies launch their very first native ad campaigns. I'm going to show you some examples. You'll notice our version of a native ad has 3 distinct characteristics: a non-branded image. The image is free of any text or prominent branding, although some clients add subtle branding by showing their product in action without commercial logos. The strategy is to use images that do not look like banners, but instead convey key message points. Then there's the headline, which is the main message point and often echoes the image. Below the headline is a source line, which is typically the name of the product or the company. In the case of pharma marketers, they almost always use the company name. In this example, the advertiser is Neurocrine Biosciences. Non-pharma marketers often use the name of the product or brand as the source. You'll see this hospital ad uses their name, Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital. Medscape's ad targeting HCPs for an event uses their name, and Hisamitsu's ad targeting HCPs for free patient samples of their OTC brand uses Salonpas in both the headline and in the source line. So while native ads are not branded in the way that traditional banners are, it's still easy and transparent to understand where the content is from. Again, this is not about hiding the brand. It's about creating a content-style appearance to overcome banner resistance and banner blindness. It's about getting them to engage, to scan, and to consider the offer. Here's a help-seeking ad targeting patients from Bristol-Myers Squibb. Here's a DTC ad from AstraZeneca appearing in cholesterol-related topics. This is not an ad for an RX medication, but rather an offer to take part in a clinical trial for their new OTC cholesterol medication. Of course, all these ads can click to any URL the advertiser chooses, and we can pass macro values into the referral URL for ingestion by the advertiser's site analytics. Performance and measurement is another area where native ads excel. Because of their simple formats, you can create many different versions of native ads quickly and inexpensively to see which ones create more engagement, which ones convert users best, and even test different targeting or landing pages to identify the experience which leads to the lowest cost per conversion at scale. Because Tap Native is focused on health and medicine, our ads do something a little different than most native ad providers. They display a different set of ads when they detect a healthcare professional. Tap Native allows pharma and other healthcare advertisers to target ads to authenticated healthcare pros like physicians, nurse practitioners, or physician's assistants. Marketers can target by profession or specialty like oncologists or pediatricians, or they can upload their own custom NPI target list. Let me show you why it's critical that patient and HCP audiences get different experiences. Here's a DTC native ad from Biocodex targeting patients with Dravet syndrome. The ad leads patients to the Diacommit drug brand website for patients. Notice the header on our ad unit reads, "Your Health Matters." This is a header for consumer ads designed to get them to think about their overall health. But here's the same advertiser targeting HCPs on the same exact website, and you'll notice that our unit's header has changed. Now the header reads, "More to consider." When our system identifies a healthcare pro, our ad unit's header changes and the ads being displayed also change. So native ads can be presented and grouped differently based on the audience and theme. This adds to the overall native experience, it creates more engagement with each audience, and it adds credibility. Some ad platforms can provide physician-level data reporting, and some don't. For those that do, the data often comes days or weeks later. Tap Native provides real-time PLD reporting for all physicians, nurse practitioners, or PAs that click, including the HCP's full name, profession, specialty, NPI number, and their mailing address. Our dashboard also indicates whether that HCP converted for the advertiser's offer. And because we have real-time PLD, the NPI can also be passed in the URL as a macro so that the advertiser's page can be customized for each visitor. Customizing landing pages for HCPs is a growing trend for all healthcare marketers. PLD reports can also be downloaded or automatically emailed to a person or a data ingester like an email domo. Healthcare marketers thrive on data, so look for transparency, accuracy, and accountability, including 24/7 access to a dashboard where you can see metrics related to your ads, to their engagement, to conversion rates, to what you're spending, and it'll give you a place where you can pause the ads if you need to. Now, native ads do not replace other advertising mediums, but native ads can make those other channels and mediums less expensive. Most of our advertising clients use programmatic display ads, they use Facebook ads, they use YouTube video ads, but more often we see them use native ads targeting patients or HCPs as the beginning point of their omni-channel journey because retargeting CPMs are generally less costly than targeting. In other words, once a marketer gets a user to visit, they are added to the retargeting pools for display on the open web, for social media, for YouTube videos, and other channels. And while those marketers still have to bid appropriately to have those retargeted ads appear, retargeting CPMs are almost always lower than targeting CPMs. More and more pharma clients are getting the sign-off from MLR on adding third-party pixels for retargeting to their owned and operated websites. Of course, retargeting can be viewed as inappropriate or even unethical in certain therapeutic areas like oncology, mental health, and others, where patient vulnerability may be a little bit higher. Let's review. For pharma marketers, native or content recommendation style ads are an ideal way of engaging patients or HCPs while they're browsing health and medical content. Native ads overcome banner-resistant users by reaching them inside the content at the ideal moment to have them discover your offer, and the content style formats generate far greater consideration than display ads, which make them an ideal first step into your marketing funnel. Native ad formats are recognized by the FDA, and many native ad providers like TapNative are compliant with FDA and FTC regulations. Of the 3 pharmaceutical ad types, we recommend help-seeking ads or reminder ads for native ad formats targeting patients. Remember that these can and should be contextually targeted. Native ads are easy to build because they're either plain text or text plus images. Many ad providers, including TapNative, provide free AI images, so the cost of creating native ads is zero or at least significantly less than creating branded ads. Once a pharma brand's MLR approves headlines and images, we've seen clients create many versions of ads in order to gauge which combinations generate the best click-through rates and the best conversion rates. When you have data, it's easy to pause what's not working and scale and iterate what's working best. Often these creative insights can help shape other elements of a brand's campaign like retargeting creatives or landing page message points and even the layout. Whether it's patients or healthcare professionals, native ads often generate the least expensive cost per visit, so you can populate the top of your funnel with valuable audiences, add those users to your retargeting pools, and remarket to them with standard display, social media, and video ads at far lower CPMs than showing targeted ads over and over. So, if you're still not using native advertising for pharma marketing yet, it's time to rethink your overall digital strategy. Native ads are compliant, they're context aware, the technology is mesmerizing, and native is often less expensive and easier to measure. Native ads connect with patients contextually or HCPs based on profession, specialty, or NPI at the moment of next, when they're most receptive. We hope this has been a helpful overview. This wraps up our podcast on pharmaceutical native advertising. If you like listening to all things healthcare marketing, healthcare publishing, and ad tech, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow. And thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching What's on Tap. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and share.